Right now I'm playing Pokemon Stadium, Poke Cup, Master Ball, Round 2. So, in Pokemon Stadium there are several different modes you can play in. One of them is Poke Cup, and Poke Cup is divided into 4 difficulty levels. Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball, and Master Ball. Master Ball being the most challenging. And also, the game is divided into 2 rounds. After you beat all the challenges in the first game, then they allow you to play in round 2, and that's what I'm doing right now. So the rules to Poke Cup are, you can choose up to 6 Pokemon. Each Pokemon has to be levels 50 to 55, and when you're battling, you can see your opponent's Pokemon, and then choose 3 out of your 6 Pokemon to take place in the battle. And the combined level of all of your Pokemon cannot exceed 155. So one way to do that is to have one Pokemon that's level 55 and the other 2 are level 50. Or you could have, 51 for one Pokemon and 52 for the other 2. So you can see my team up there in the upper left, and my opponent's team down there in the lower right.
The race is over. Pokemon Tournament Poke Cup Master Ball. When this one is over, the Ultimate Trainer will lift the
Okay, I'm starting with Heracross here. And Heracross pretty much has the only reliable bug attack in Generation 2. And come to think of it, there aren't all that many bug attacks in Generation 3 either. So that would be Mega Horn here. You can also use Hidden Power Bug, which has 70 attack, but Mega Horn has 120, so naturally it's a lot more powerful. And the good thing about bug attacks is that they're super effective against both Psychic and Dark types, which are pretty dangerous here in Generation 2. Now, of course, Psychic types, they tend to be pretty fast, and since Heracross is half fighting, that kind of defeats the purpose in a way. But oh well, it's still pretty powerful.
Hang on, Earthquake! Great hit! Oh, and down it
So I tried giving it the nickname Infestation, but unfortunately I think you can only do, 10 or 9 letters, something around that. And Infestation was just 1 letter too long, so I had to remove the I from Infestation. So I guess it's like Infestaton or something. Alright, so since Golem is half rock type, it's weak to ground moves like Earthquake. Now I kind of wonder if Golem would have survived that if I didn't get a critical hit. Because Golem does have pretty high defense. Alright, Victory Bell. So since it's half poison type, I think that resists bug type. So I think Mega Horn is only going to do the normal damage, but that's still quite a lot. Alright, it just barely survived that, so 1 Earthquake should take it out. Alright, lucky for me, my opponent missed. Alright, now I just have to finish it off with an Earthquake.
Will this do it?
Alright, I just won the first battle.
The last Pokemon goes down.
So, in Pokemon Stadium 2, this is pretty much how all the matches work. You start with 6 Pokemon, and then you're allowed to select 3 out of 6 of them to take part in the battle. And if all 3 of your Pokemon don't faint, they survive the battle, then you get a continue. And that continue allows you to continue playing at the same trainer you left off on, even if you lose. So that's especially helpful for the tougher battles, like the 6th, 7th, 8th battle, when you don't want to start all the way from the beginning again. Alright, so I'm starting the second battle.
Second round. Trainer plays the Pokeballs containing their leadoff Pokemon on the field to start the battle.
Okay, so I'm starting off with Poliwrath. Now, you might think that Poliwrath is kind of an odd choice, that it isn't all that powerful. But there's a neat trick you can do with Poliwrath in the second generation, and it can learn both Mind Reader and Fissure. You can't do this in subsequent generations, like Generation 3 and 4, because it can't learn Fissure there. But the way you get this is, if you teach Poliwrath Fissure from Generation 1, then you can transfer it to Generation 2, where it learns Mind Reader by level up, and then you can have both Mind Reader and Fissure. Now, normally, digging underground would protect you, but, you know, since Fissure is kind of a move like Earthquake and Magnitude, where it makes the ground shake, Fissure actually is more... Well, I guess it can't be more powerful into the ground because it's already a one-hit KO. But the point is that Fissure can hit the opponent even when it's digging. And you know, on top of that, I think Mind Reader allows you to hit the Pokemon even after it's digging, even if it was a move that didn't normally hit Pokemon underground, like Surf or something. So I'm just gonna start with Hypnosis there, so that should give me the 2 turns I need to knock it out. Now, I think Poliwrath can actually learn Lovely Kiss from an event, but the drawback to that is that it's a Generation 2 event, so if I did that, then I couldn't get Fissure. You know, I think you actually get Fissure, if I remember correctly, after you beat Giovanni, the leader of Team Rocket, in the original Pokemon games, you know, Red, Blue, Yellow, the first generation games. You know, he'll give you the Fissure TM, and that's how you teach it to Poliwrath. You know, in the subsequent generations, I think you can get Articuno to learn Mind Reader and Sheer Cold, which does a similar thing, but I tend to not like that as much. I guess it's because Articuno's typing isn't all that great. It has that Flying and Ice type, which is especially weak to Rock types. And you know, Stealth Walk is really common in you know, Generation 4 and Generation 5.
It took careful aim. It's a fierce battle. What'll it do?
Oh, there's also an important reason why I have Poliwrath as one of the 3 Pokemon I can use on level 55. Because you can't use 1-hit KO moves on Pokemon that are on a higher level than you. So, you know, if it was level 50 right now, and that Ariados was level 52, the Fissure would fail. But because the highest level you can use is level 55, and my Poliwrath is level 55, that means Fissure can work. Alright, so I took out the second challenger without too much trouble. I gotta continue off of him. Okay, now I'm moving on to round 3. So I guess that's like an entertainer or a clown that blows fire. I've seen several of those in the Pokemon games. You know, it almost kind of surprises me that they would do something like that, because it seems like, you know, all these things and all these concerned parents who are worried about their children being influenced to do anything. They actually banned an episode of the Pokemon anime just because one of the characters used a gun in one of the episodes. I guess they were worried about children emulating that.
Both get ready to go.
Okay, so
It used hidden power.
Zapdos, even though its stats are very good, its typing is great. The drawback, I guess, is its move pool. It mostly just has electric attacks and a few flying attacks.
The heated action continues.
So the way I kind of help with that is to use hidden power. It's not quite as powerful as some moves are, but it can be any type I want. Right now I'm using Ice.
Becomes confused. It used a Miracle Berry on itself. It used a Gold Berry to restore its HP.
So Ice and Grass are both good choices. Because Zapdos' main problem is ground types, which are immune to electric attacks. But if you have a hidden power grass or ice, then you can still get a super effective hit on them. And you know, it's actually kind of funny because a super effective hidden power still isn't as powerful as a regular Thunderbolt. But when you can't attack it at all, that like against the ground types, that even something with summoning power like hidden power is still pretty useful.
What'll it do?
Now, since my opponent sent on a Slowking, that probably means that third Pokemon is even weaker to Zapdos than the second Pokemon here. Because the computer, it tends to be at least a little smart. It's, you know, it's not gonna send out its weakest Pokemon against me first. It's gonna send out the Pokemon that has the greatest type advantage.
This has turned into a one-sided battle. Oh, it's Executor! It's down to the last Pokemon now.
Alright, now since this is the last Pokemon, I probably should Thunder Wave it. So that way, even if Zapdos does somehow faint, all it has is this crippled Executor.
The sunlight has turned
now, I think in future generations, Executor gets Synthesis, or I forgot, Chlorophyll, that was it. Some ability that doubles its speed during intense sunlight. But this is before abilities, so I can just count on it having that same normal slow speed. And on top of that, it's paralyzed, so even if it did get that speed boost, it probably still couldn't outspeed Zapdos.
It's a fierce battle.
So, since it's a grass type, Thunderbolt isn't going to be very effective. It's only going to do half damage. And this ice hidden power is going to do double damage, so that's the best choice I can use there. You know, I'm actually kind of surprised that my opponent sent in Slowbro before sending in Executor. Because Slowbro was actually weaker to Zapdos than Executor. So I guess I stand corrected about that computer being somewhat intelligent thing. Maybe it just sends out random Pokemon. And the computer's just been lucky against me so far. Alright, I'm doing pretty well, so I just beat the third challenge.